So, the New England Patriots are kind of struggling right now. They just suffered a loss to the Jacksonville Jaguars, and even though a few players are doing their thing out there, the defense just didn't have their backs. It's been a rough ride. Switching gears, injuries are hitting hard, like poor Jaden Daniels from the Carolina Panthers. His absence really messed up their game plan, leading to a brutal loss against the Commanders. It's crazy how injuries can throw everything off for a team, right? Now let's talk about the Cleveland Browns. This season is definitely not what fans hoped for. They've been taking hits from injuries and losses, and you can just see the frustration in the stands. It's rough to watch their record slip down like this. And then there are the New York Giants. They're really in a pickle with their quarterback situation, and it's got everyone wondering if they can even snag more than 5 wins this season. Yikes, that's a tough position to be in. On the other hand, the New Orleans Saints started strong, but now they're feeling the heat from injuries and a lack of depth. Fans are starting to wonder about the coaching strategies and where this team is headed in the future. Meanwhile, the Miami Dolphins are underwhelming this season. Key players just aren't stepping up, and it's putting their entire season on the line as they gear up for some crucial matchups ahead. In the midst of all this, the Dallas Cowboys are dealing with their fair share of drama on and off the field. Management decisions are impacting team vibes and the way the fans see them. That kind of tension can really throw a team off their game. And we can't forget about the San Francisco 49ers. Injuries are plaguing key players like Brandon Ayuk, and that's messing with their standings and performances. It's definitely a wake-up call about how deep your roster needs to be in a competitive season. The Buccaneers are facing their own issues with star receivers Mike Evans and Chris Godwin out due to injuries. It's a tough reminder of how fragile team dynamics can be in the NFL, and it can really throw a wrench in their hopes for the season. Now, speaking of ups and downs, the Falcons just had a rough game despite riding a 3-game winning streak. They totally let down both their offense and defense, ending with a disappointing loss at home that hurt their standing in the NFC South. But not all teams are struggling. The Eagles are showing off their strength, especially with Saquon Barkley's return to New York. He helped lead the team to a solid win against their rivals, and it looks like they're getting back on track from last season. Over with the Steelers, they're looking pretty stable at quarterback, and their defense is top-notch. It's starting to feel like they could be real contenders for the Super Bowl this year. Plus, Russell Wilson had a debut that raised a lot of eyebrows. And let's not forget about Lamar Jackson and Derrick Henry. These two are killing it with teamwork, showing us how important strong partnerships are in football. Their chemistry is definitely a big part of their team's successes. In a huge moment, the Detroit Lions pulled off a major victory against the Minnesota Vikings, handing them their first loss of the season. It's a clear sign that the Lions can hang tough at a high level, and that's something to cheer for. And lastly, the Kansas City Chiefs are still looking like the top dogs after a solid 10-point win over the 49ers. This victory just solidifies their status as leading contenders in the AFC, and they're definitely flexing their dominance in the league right now.